Well guys, it's happened again, because it happens all the time now. In fact, you'll be hard pressed to find a day when you don't see some story of a young British girl being violated by this or the last government's imports. All while the shit-stained state tries to hide it from you, of course. But now it's even more of a slap in the face when you remember that we just got new laws requiring an ID to visit some websites in the name of protecting children. All while the same people that made them laws let in every diverse scumbag that floats across the channel without any ID or any clue who they bloody are. And in news that will shock fucking no one, the two accused of violating this little girl floated over the channel and then was put in a shared house run by Serco with other boat wankers, all at your expense of course. But to top it off, and for me almost as heinous as the crime itself, the old bill apparently tried to keep them details quiet, for you guessed it, the sake of community cohesion. Now, I wonder if anyone can remember the last time we heard about shutting up for the sake of diversity, because hiding the truth for community cohesion sounds very familiar to me. Oh yeah, that's right, Southport, or even the fucking rape gang scandals. This, I would say, is fucking incredible, but that would be a lie, wouldn't it? As this seems to be the default response every single time something like this happens. And fuck me, it happens a lot, don't it? Of course, them covering it up is more likely to inflame tensions, but not between the community. Because remember, these are illegal immigrants bust in and dumped there against the will of everyone. They're not part of the community, they're unwanted guests forced on the community by the parasitic state and its diseased tentacles. But what they really mean is they hope to keep it quiet so people don't go outside these Serco-run illegal immigrant houses like has been the case at various hotels around the country this past week. In fact, it's been great to see these protests since they feature local people trying to maintain community cohesion. The only trouble with the hotel protests is they won't actually force the government to send these people home, which is what we really need, and so do the young girls being put at risk by their presence. And obviously, not all of them are rapists and all of this bollocks, but if even one of them are rapists, then for me, letting any of them in is a risk not worth taking, so it shouldn't bloody be done. But let's not forget here, it's a 12-year-old girl at the heart of this story whose life is now ruined because our corrupt political class fed her to the fucking wolves. In fact, all involved with letting these people stay here and saying refugees welcome here should be arrested as an accessory to the violation of this little girl. It could never have happened without them, remember. And the local old bill wanting it hushed up should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Don't they realise trying to keep it quiet is more likely to piss people off? But shit, the worthless Wankstein Prime Minister has even clocked on to how bad it looks hiding the details of rapist and is now calling for the old bill to release it as quick as possible. Not because he cares about the victims all of a sudden or anything like that, but because politically he's in deep shit and it just keeps getting deeper. That is also why you see in the news about his immigrant return scheme that, like everything they claim to be doing, is just a con job. It's 1 in 1 out up to a maximum of 50, so barely half a boatload going back only to be replaced by 50 legally let in immigrants. Which does actually show us all another real problem here that needs to be stopped. Legal migration. These cunts are importing cities every year, remember.
Pandemic